As Donald Trump embarks on his second term as president, the implications of his leadership extend far beyond American borders. His vision for a new world order is characterized by a radical departure from established diplomatic norms and economic principles, as he boldly redefines the role of the United States in global affairs. Allies and adversaries alike find themselves grappling with the unpredictability of a leader who has made it clear that the old rules no longer apply. The very notion of diplomacy and international cooperation is being challenged as Trump's administration threatens tariffs, trade wars, and even territorial expansion. Central to Trump's agenda is a confrontational economic policy that prioritizes American interests above all else. His threats of imposing tariffs of up to 60% on goods from China and even higher on imports from other nations signal a shift toward aggressive economic nationalism. This approach is not limited to adversaries. Even traditional allies like Canada, the European Union, and Mexico are not immune to the repercussions of Trump's trade strategies. The implications of such tariffs extend beyond mere economic theory. They risk igniting retaliatory measures that could spiral into a full-blown trade war, further destabilizing an already fragile global economy. The proposed tariffs are emblematic of a broader philosophy that views international relations as a zero-sum game. In Trump's world, every country is a competitor, and the idea of mutual benefit is replaced by a relentless pursuit of dominance. This has left world leaders scrambling to decipher Trump's next moves, unsure of how to respond to his belligerent style of diplomacy. The potential rupture of long-standing alliances raises concerns about the future of collective security arrangements and economic partnerships that have defined global relations for decades. As the United Kingdom's Foreign Secretary David Lammy aptly noted, the post-Cold War peace is indeed over. The spectre of protectionism looms large, and the ramifications of Trump's economic policies could lead to heightened global inflation and a re-evaluation of trade relationships. European leaders are caught in a precarious position, balancing the need to defend their economic interests while navigating the unpredictable waters of Trump's administration. The EU has already begun drafting retaliation plans, but the prospect of escalating tensions with the United States presents a formidable challenge. While Trump's economic agenda poses immediate threats, his territorial ambitions further complicate the geopolitical landscape. The notion of acquiring Greenland, reclaiming control of the Panama Canal, or even suggesting that Canada should be considered America's 51st state reflects a mindset that seeks to expand American influence through territorial acquisition. Such aspirations have been met with swift rebuke from leaders in Canada and Denmark, who have asserted their sovereignty in no uncertain terms. This raises questions about the implications of Trump's approach for international law and norms regarding territorial integrity. In the context of Latin America, Trump's rhetoric regarding Mexico and Panama highlights a willingness to engage in aggressive posturing. The suggestion to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America was met with sarcasm from Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum, who countered with her own proposals. This exchange underscores the delicate balance of power in the region and the potential for increased tensions as Trump attempts to assert American dominance. Moreover, Trump's foreign policy is not solely focused on economic and territorial gains, it extends to conflict resolution as well. His claims of being able to end the war in Ukraine in a matter of hours raise eyebrows, as the complexity of the situation belies such simplistic solutions. The ambiguity surrounding Trump's relationship with Russia adds another layer of uncertainty. While he has maintained sanctions against Moscow, his warm rhetoric towards President Vladimir Putin raises questions about the true nature of US-Russia relations under his leadership. In the Middle East, Trump's administration has been marked by a surprising turn of events, particularly in the context of the ongoing conflict in Gaza. The appointment of Stephen Witkoff as a special envoy and the subsequent ceasefire negotiations suggest that Trump's approach may yield results, albeit through unconventional means. The intricacies of how Trump navigated these negotiations remain unclear, but they reflect a willingness to engage in behind-the-scenes diplomacy that contrasts sharply with traditional methods. As Trump's second presidency unfolds, the world watches with bated breath. The challenge for global leaders is to navigate a landscape where the United States no longer adheres to the established rules of engagement. Allies must reassess their strategies, balancing cooperation with the need to protect their interests in a rapidly changing environment. Adversaries, on the other hand, must remain vigilant, recognizing that Trump's unpredictability can be both a threat and an opportunity. The new world order envisioned by Trump is fraught with uncertainty. It challenges the very foundations of international cooperation and raises fundamental questions about the future of diplomacy. As nations grapple with the implications of Trump's leadership, they must find ways to adapt to a reality where the rules of engagement are rewritten and the stakes are higher than ever. The global community stands at a crossroads, where the choices made today will shape the geopolitical landscape for generations to come. In this brave new world, the only certainty is that nothing is certain, and the quest for stability will be a formidable challenge.